Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. My name is Kiris, and this week in astrology, we have the solar ingress into Gemini, the moon conjunct Saturn, and Saturn entering the sign of Aries. Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, May 18th through Saturday, May 24th, 2025. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. Sunday, May 18th, start something new with what you have already been working on. We have the Sun in Taurus getting ready to close out Taurus season. And when the Sun in Taurus comes to the ending degrees of Taurus, this brings in the third division of the sign of Taurus, which has a Capricorn influence. So with Taurus season, you've been hanging in there, doing the work, being patient, fixed Earth Taurus, having the endurance and the persistence. But now as we are closing out our Taurus season, and we have this third decadent Cardinal Earth Capricorn influence, this is Cardinal Earth Capricorn saying, get something new started with whatever you've already been working on. Try something new and different. These are two earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn. Capricorn is ambitious. It's going to the top of the mountain and achieving success no matter what. So whatever you have already been working on, add something to it. This is how we are starting the week on Sunday, the Sun's Day. Monday, the Moon's Day, May 19th, make some friends that think and speak positively. What's happening here is that we have the Moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is friendly. The Moon is what you need emotionally. The Moon in Aquarius is not only the need for friends, but it's the need to have friends, associates that think and speak very positively about the future. The sign of Aquarius rules over electricity. The mind is very electric and alive. The need for friends, even if it's just one or two, that you make the agreement. We're going to think positively, say positive things that help to move us into the future, not keep us stuck in the past, where the air element gets stale and heavy and blocked. The element of air needs to move all the time. It's very light and free. Also, with the Moon in Aquarius, you need to have friends that do not gossip and stab people in the back. Aquarius is tolerant, brotherhood, sisterhood. They love everybody. They don't judge. They don't care who you are or where you're from. Aquarius is the sign of power to the people, all people. Tuesday, Mars's Day, May 20th, let your imagination and your mind take wings and fly. What's happening here is that we have the fourth quarter moon at 29 degrees Aquarius. Now, when the moon journeys from fourth quarter to new moon, this is an inner reflective time. It's not about forcing and trying to push the energy as the moon is decreasing in light and preparing for that new moon. The fourth quarter moon cycle is letting the inspiration and the intuition just come up naturally and organically. With the fourth quarter moon at the last degree of Aquarius, let your mind be experimental and explore. Let it go to weird, strange places, as you might call it. But if you have a weird thought, ding, 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 you may be onto something, because is it weird or is it brilliant? Is that a strange thought or is it a genius thought? The Wright brothers over 100 years ago that perfected airplanes and air travel. Now imagine it's 100 years back, it's 1903, and the Wright brothers that barely had a high school education said, hey, I think we'll make a flying machine that flies through the air. We were barely just getting out of horse and buggy and driving cars. So with this fourth quarter Aquarius moon, whatever, again, avant-garde, whatever thoughts you may be happening, let your 29 degrees fourth quarter moon, let your Aquarius imagination go wherever it wants to go. And who knows where and what it will lead to. You'll never know until you try. Wednesday, May 21st, Mercury's Day, we now do have the Sun in mutable air Gemini. Always know that you have choices and options. You're never backed into a corner where you don't have freedom of choice. The solar ingress into the sign of Gemini. And somewhere in your astrology chart, whether you're Gemini or not, you have the sign of Gemini on one of the 12 departments of life. The solar ingress into mutable air Gemini is Quicksilver. It's Mercury. If something doesn't work out, Gemini will try to look at it in a different way. The beauty of Gemini and the sun in Gemini is that there is always a young at heart component to Gemini because they look through fresh eyes. They're open-minded. They love to learn and try new things. Gemini, the twins, is a sign of duality. There is a restless quality to Gemini, the twins, always seeking something else that keeps it on the go and moving all of the time. After what's been going on astrologically over the past several months, this solar ingress into Gemini is just a lovely, enchanting, much needed breath of fresh air. Thursday, Jupiter's day, take your dream seriously. We now have the moon in Pisces. The moon in mutable water Pisces is making a conjunction to Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is serious about everything. Saturn doesn't play. Even happiness and joy, Saturn takes it seriously. So with the moon conjunct Saturn in Pisces, if you ever feel like your dream isn't being taken seriously, your feelings, emotional water, Pisces, if your feelings aren't being taken seriously, just know that whatever your dream is, however, whatever you feel, it's important because it's important to you. Now, Pisces always has the creative artist in them. All of that water that just keeps moving, meaning all of the emotions that keep shifting and changing, very much needs a creative outlet. So whatever your dream is, the Saturn in Pisces, take it very seriously. Also, the Saturn in Pisces, Saturn is saying, yes, take the dream and your feeling seriously, but are you also putting down a very firm support foundation, the floor work, let's say, the launching pad for what your dream is. So the Saturn does the work, we learn the lesson, but put down the foundation and take your feelings and your dream, your vision for the future very seriously, even if there are times when you feel like, well, no one understands this yet. Take your dream seriously with Moon conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Friday, Venus's day, May 23rd. Take your time with a relationship. Let it just grow and bloom naturally, organically. Today we have the moon in fiery, impatient Aries, and the moon in Aries makes a conjunction to Venus in Aries, its detrimental placement. The moon in Aries then makes a sextile aspect of opportunity to Jupiter and Gemini, also its detrimental placement. Venus and Jupiter are the greater and lesser benefics. They're the two goodies of the zodiac that want to bring you beautiful, happy things. The moon in cardinal fire Aries is the boss, the leader, and anxious to get something started right now, sooner if possible. Venus and Jupiter aren't strongly placed in these signs of the zodiac. They are not feeling secure enough yet. So just take your time. The moon in Aries is so romantic. All the little things that can mean so much when we are trying to grow and let a relationship blossom and bloom. If it's meant to be, it will be. And it could be. Just we need to give it some time. Saturday, Saturn's day, May 24th, we have Saturn, the planet Saturn, moving into the sign of Aries, its fall placement. Saturn takes about 29 years-ish to go through all the signs of the zodiac. Saturn will be in cardinal fire Aries for the next 2.5 years. Saturn, the great teacher, always teaches the lesson of Saturn in Aries to stop being responsible for people and things that are not your responsibility. Aries is the newborn baby, and Saturn is saying to the newborn baby with this cycle, it's time to mature, it's time to grow up and take the things that we are responsible for, to take them responsibly. Saturn, the greater malefic, also separates things. So this 2.5-year process of separating from what is yours to take responsibility for and to separate from things and situations, people, that it's now time for them to learn the lesson, including us. This is for everybody, this Saturn in Aries. The things and people that you are separating from, this is part of the Saturnian lesson, where it is way past the point, perhaps, where someone that is in a stage of life that they really do need to do the work and take responsibility to grow up. The planet Saturn is not only time in astrology, it is the right timing, and also how precious and valuable time and the right timing can be. In the natural rhythms and cycles of life, a person is not considered to be an adult until they go through their first Saturn return around 28 years of age. But if you're still taking responsibility for someone that is 40 or 50, it is long past the appropriate time when that person should be taking responsibility for themselves. It's one thing to do it for a child, someone that can't and doesn't have the resources yet to be responsible for themselves. But this Saturn in Aries cycle is highlighting for all of us where in our own life, irrespective of the age, do we need to take responsibility for certain things. Also, where in your life, the people and situations you're connected to, where and how is it long past the time when they should be, could be, will learn the Saturn lesson of taking responsibilities, what it is truly theirs to be responsible for. With Saturn in Aries, we will also be observing this on the stage of the world. We are already beginning to see very intensely, some would say in a shocking way, where and how people in positions of Saturn authority and power, where we thought or assumed perhaps that they were being responsible and they were behaving and doing things that was anything but being responsible. The abuse of power when someone is in a position of power and Saturn authority. We will be seeing a lot of this and observing how a lot of this is coming out into the light, and how the lessons and tests of Saturn will teach them and hand out the consequences, the punishment for their actions. Planet Saturn in Aries will be bringing much more into the awareness and light of how much and how intensely this abuse has and does take place. And the Saturn in Aries will be showing all of us that to the best of our ability, we all need to take responsibility the best we can to protect the vulnerable. Thank you, everyone, for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. Have a fabulous week. I will see you all in the stars.